All right, something we can look further into as this draft rolls on. Meanwhile, Commissioner Bettman, the Detroit Red Wings are on the clock, and their pick is in.
Making the selection for Detroit is one of the Red Wings' biggest fans. Dave Coulier is well known for his role on Full House, but has been in the fight of his life battling non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. We are happy to report that as of late March, he was declared cancer-free, and he joins us from Detroit.
Hey, thank you. I'm excited. I wish I was there with you, but I'm here live in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena, and I am so honored to be chosen by the Detroit Red Wings organization to announce their 2025 NHL draft pick here on ESPN. I go way back with the Red Wings. When I was a kid, my dad and I would go to the old Olympia Stadium to watch Gordie Howe and the Red Wings play, and we were always proud Red Wings fans. Many years later, of course, I would wear my Red Wings jersey on my TV show, Full House. Well, this year we have the 13th pick, and we've had some incredible players wear number 13 for the Red Wings, most notably the magician, Pavel Datsyuk. So let's hope that the number 13 brings us some great luck this season. Now, let's get down to business, and the Oscar goes to, with the 13th pick in the 2025 NHL Draft, the Detroit Red Wings are proud to select Carter Bear from the Everett Silvertips.
Carter Bear taken off the board, can play center or wing, and there he is with his mother Misty, his father Conrad. Super, super competitive young man. We talked about the Billett family with Jack Nesbitt. Well, he was a Billett brother with Landon Dupont, who's going to be a top pick in a couple of years, we imagine. Again, another player taken from the WHL, Carter Bear. All this guy does is score 40 goals in just 56 games.
I mean, I love this player. This guy's like a wet shirt on a hot day. You can't get rid of him. He's always hanging on.
Cut it out.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you. He's a pain in the rear end to play against. One of 7 guys to score 40 goals. At 16 years old, he gets drafted into the 6th round of the Dub, Kolb. 6th round. Doesn't even play in the Dub that year. At 17, he goes in, he makes his mark. Here he is as an 18-year-old guy, and he was unbelievable this year with the Everett Silvertips. His compete is off the charts. He is never going to let you off the hook. I like the wet shirt on a hot day.
I love it. I love it. How about all the vests these kids are wearing? They look fantastic up there. I'm the only guy up. Oh, no, you and me, DA. But anyways, this kid he handles the puck really well in traffic. Again, he's a guy that when it's around the net, he's got that ability to find quiet ice, and when he gets the puck in scoring areas, boom, it's in the back of the cage.
Hey, Colby, how important is that? You heard what Sam said about him having to grind, right? A 6th round draft pick into the WHL. You know, and here he is in the 1st round of the NHL.
Buddy, I was a 6th round draft pick in the Western Hockey League, and a few years later ended up being a 21st overall pick. So Carter, congratulations. You bumped up on me on this one. Things happen fast, development pops, and this guy will look great in a Detroit Red Wings jersey in a few years.
And let's hear him with Steve Yzerman in the executive group.
Gentlemen, we see you over there in Detroit. Why don't you say hello to the newest member of your organization, Carter Bear?
Hey, Carter, Steve Yzerman and Chris Draper here. As you know, I hope you remember, I got to meet you in Buffalo there a few weeks ago. Enjoyed our time together, and we're really looking forward to spending a lot of time together in the future. Thrilled to have you in our organization. Obviously, we love you as a hockey player, and we're very, very excited to have you in the organization with us as we move forward.
Oh, thank you, guys. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Speechless. I don't know. Thank you.
Carter, did you have any sense when you were going through this process this could be the pick?
No, I was just came into the meeting with them, obviously just trying to be myself, trying to prove something to them, and, obviously they took me in. Pretty grateful for that opportunity, so thank you, guys.
Steve, you've always had such a great eye for talent. What are some of the qualities and characteristics that really pushed him to the top of your board here?
while we think he's an extremely intelligent hockey player, very competitive and highly skilled, and obviously scoring 40 goals this year, a great goal scorer. So we just think he's an excellent all-around player. From everyone we've spoken to, his former teammates, coaches, everyone thinks extremely highly of him. And we think we've found ourselves a special young prospect here.
No doubt about it. Carter Bear, Detroit Red Wings, got a nice ring to it. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
And a little bit of a different script for the Red Wings, who had selected a European in the first round the last 7 years, but this time they choose out of West St. Paul, Manitoba, Carter Bear.
That small area there where he picked the pocket of his opponent. Here's another one. See that little spin
Look
from
at that.
below the goal? He's not the heaviest guy at 180 pounds, but he leverages very, very well. And he's got, he can shoot the puck, backhand, forehand. He's got that deception to him. Awesome. Awesome pick.
We'll head down to the floor. Let's hear from him. He's with Ailish.
All right, Carter, lucky number 13. How does it feel to be a Detroit Red Wing?
I'm out of words. This is unreal. Like, I could get very emotional now, but I just want to thank my parents right now and thank everyone in my family for, getting me to this opportunity for sure.
So I know you've seen a lot of special people here tonight, but we found a photo of maybe somebody, a stalker from the past. If you'd like, we could rearrange another photo.
For sure. I remember that. That's funny.
And you'd be wearing a much different jersey this time around, but we had to show you that. And just to wish you a congratulations and all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
There's Dave. Oh, hey, Elliot.
Hey, congratulations, Carter. Congratulations, man. I'd rather have your future than mine, both in that picture and now. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. Appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, we'll send it up to David M for congrats.
Thank you.
Hey, Scott, is there any way we could put back up that picture of Elliot with Carter Bear? I just got to show, because you got to look. Are you able to roll that back in? Okay, it's coming here, guys. He looks fearful. He looks like he has the fear of God in him there.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, like, what's going on here? Oh, that's awesome.
And if you can't see, in Elliot's other hand is his cell phone. He's breaking trades or something.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
You know what? It's so genuine with him. So when we had him in the combine room, I remember after, like, we're doing stuff for TV, right? Like, hey, I'm Carter Bear, the NHL Draft and Sportsnet. So he asked us to take his personal phone after. He asked Ailish, I think, and said, hey, can you just use my phone to record this again? This guy is so humble. He's still overwhelmed by being asked to play in the CHL USA Prospects game, by being here, by being selected by the Detroit Red Wings. I mean, this guy is still so overwhelmed and so humble that he still doesn't even believe he should be here. So I think there's just huge things on the horizon for this guy. You talked to his coach, Steve Hamilton, in Everett. They absolutely love him, what he brings to the table, his loyalty, his grit, his determination, and his ability to drag others into the fight.
You know what I like about him? He doesn't appear to me like he's ever going to be too stressed out about anything. He's got that laid-back persona. He doesn't smile a ton, but then he straps on the boots and you get him out there, and boy, oh boy, his hair's on fire and he never goes away.
The stakes are high. Detroit has missed the playoffs the last 9 years. They're maybe not expecting him to step right onto the NHL ice surface, but the stakes are definitely high in Detroit. Again, the newest members there is Carter Bear. Don't sleep on a 13th overall pick, by the way. Josh Morrissey, Nick Suzuki, Matt Coronado, just to name a few. That could be one of those impactful picks, even though it's a little bit outside the top 10.
All right, so Jordan Spence, don't unpack that luggage just yet. He is on the move and moving fast. For more news around the NHL, let's go downstairs to our insider, Elliot Friedman. Elliot, what more can you tell us about another big deal?
Yes, so there's another one coming. John Gibson in the Anaheim Ducks. It seems his name has been in trade rumors forever. That's finally coming to an end. He's being traded to the Detroit Red Wings. In exchange, don't know the full picture yet, Peter Mrazek is going to the Ducks and 2 picks. I don't think they're in this draft. I think they're in future drafts. So that's what the deal looks like. Mrazek and 2 picks for John Gibson. By the way, that Spence deal with LA and Ottawa, one thing we should also note, it gives the Kings a bit more roster flexibility, frees up $1.5 million. So the Kings obviously have things they want to do with that cash, guys.
All right, Elliot, thank you very much. So there you go. John Gibson finally on the move, it sounds like, to the Detroit Red Wings.
Same thing.
Detroit
we need to see a more consistent effort.
The 12th pick in the second round, the Detroit Red Wings select Eddie Genborg from Linköping in the Swedish League.
All right, Books, how about Eddie Genborg, a winger from Linköping Junior in the Swedish Junior League.
Next order of selection
Genborg, a goaltender up until the age of 12, then made the transition.
Yeah.
Huge Henrik Lundqvist fan.
Yeah, this kid, he plays a heavy style as well. He's got an exceptional release, fellas. So when he gets above the play in the offensive zone and there's a turnover, he's going bar down. Really good. You're going to see some highlights here. He's always around the net. He's always creating havoc. His boots have got to come a little bit. I'm talking small area boots. So when he comes out to challenge as a winger to defend against a defenseman, the opponent, if he challenges too quick, Tony, guys can spin, and they get off him. So, he just needs to take better routes is what I would say, but I love his power. Heavy shot, competitive. Great interview at the Combine.
Yes,
by the way.
I was
Great
about
interview.
to bring that up. Yeah. And he very self-aware of what he is, no question.
Putting in some work here, though, at the NHL draft. He's with a very special guest, general manager of the Detroit Red Wings, Steve Yzerman.
Steve, you made a big deal today. You end up getting John Gibson from the Anaheim Ducks addressing a goaltending issue. How long have you been working on this one?
Well, Pat and I had some discussions last season, around the, if I recall, around the trade deadline. John was dealing with some injuries at that time, and so the timing of it didn't really work. And just following it, leading up to the draft, as we all do our off-season work, we've had some discussions, and as we get closer here, able to. So it's been in talks for a little while.
His name has come up for a bit in different particular places. He's been kind of liking the idea of staying in Anaheim. Did you have to convince him about coming to Detroit? And he is somebody from Pennsylvania, that area. It's not that far. Did you have to convince him to come to Detroit?
No, I just actually placed a call into John. I haven't talked to him yet, but no, there was no need to convince him. Our understanding was he was looking, they have an excellent young goaltender in Dostal, and John was looking for a fresh start and saw an opportunity in Detroit to get in the net and play a lot of games. So, I look forward to speaking with him, and I've been assured he's excited to come to Detroit, and we're excited to have him.
All right, so you get the goaltending situation kind of settled with a terrific player like Gibson. What other things are you working on as you move towards July 1st?
Well, we'll continue to explore the trade options. Mm-hmm. The free agency market at a lot of positions is pretty thin, but there are players that we would have some interest in if they're still free on July 1. So again, we've got some spots we'd like to upgrade on our roster, or open roster spots. We'll see if we can address it in free agency. I'm not that optimistic, to be honest with you, because there's more teams than there are players for what we're looking for. And we'll continue to see if we can't do something through trade. And once the draft settles down, and once maybe the initial July 1 free agency subsides, the rush there, and see what teams are looking to do after that.
All right, you drafted Carter Bear, number in your first round, or your first pick. Give me your thoughts on him. Why is he a good fit for the Detroit Red Wings?
Well, we think he's a very good prospect, EJ. He's smart, he's competitive, he's got good puck skills, plays hard. We like a lot of things about him. High character young man. So we're all excited about the players that we get. But we think he's a really excellent young man. We really like the way he plays the game. So not only can he score at the junior level, he can score, but he plays hard too, and he plays in all situations. So we think he's a very good prospect, and we're excited to have him in our organization.
All right, Steve, thanks for the time. Congratulations on the acquisition of John Gibson today. Good luck the rest of the day at the draft.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks a lot, EJ.
Detroit has made their selection.
He's coming with some vigor.
The 11th pick in the third round of the 2025 NHL Draft. The Detroit Red Wings have selected Michal Pradel from Tri-City of the United States Hockey League.
All right, Books is a goalie. Yep. Out of Slovakia, the U18 team there tied for second among all USHL rookie goalies and wins with 9, despite missing most of the season.
Lots of momentum on this kid in the back half of the season. I love his size. Look how wiry he is. You can see that. Again, he just needs to be coached up a little bit, but I do believe he's got NHL upside, guys. This isn't a guy that I think is a 3. I think he's a 2. And, athletic, long, lanky, sometimes over challenges moving forward out of his crease. So I'm not talking laterally, I'm talking pouncing moving forward, which gives him a little bit of a disadvantage. So these saves that you'll see because of his length, he's fine, but we're probably not going to have enough clips to see where he's outside the blue paint, out front of it, and he doesn't need to be. So he just needs a little bit of coaching. Super competitive. He gives his team a chance to win Czechia, or pardon me, Slovakia. And nice pick. Nice pick.
Nice suit. I love the three-piece on the youngster.
I think he combined with some NHL teams, this kid, after the combine. Like, he went to some campuses, NHL campuses, so he was intriguing to a lot of teams.
They trade for a goalie and they draft a goalie, the Detroit Red Wings here today. So that's been an issue. I mean, you think about the goaltenders back in the day, and that was never an issue, right? And it's become an issue for Detroit the last couple of years. Went through a number of them last year, 5 or 6 goalies. I think it had at least one game there last year. John Gibson, if healthy, should help that out this year. Talbot had a good year, but I think they're just looking here to maybe buy some time for a Sebastian Cossa and maybe this guy here, 5-6 years down the road.
Nice to see Sean Horcoff back to his duties as an executive with the Red Wings after being
daddy
super dad
duties
yesterday. Yeah.
It's great. Can you believe how big his son is, though? He towered over
Oh yeah,
the dad.
Yeah. But mom, I saw her for the first time.
And she's tall too.
She's really tall.
Tall,
so
yeah.
You can see the size.
All right, here we go. Detroit on the clock, but maybe not for long.
And then trade to announce. The Detroit Red Wings have traded pick number 76 in the 2025 NHL Draft to the Columbus Blue Jackets for pick number 109 in the 2025 NHL Draft and Columbus's own 4th-round pick in the 2026 NHL Draft. Columbus is now on the clock.
Well, we heard from Barry Trotz there. A couple of picks and names going off the board. Tampa trading up, swapping picks with the Boston Bruins to get pick 108. And with that selection, they took Benjamin Rautiainen, a center from Tappara of Liga. He scored the game-winning goal in overtime for Finland in the 2025 World Junior Championship semifinals against their arch-rival Sweden. Brent Solomon to the Red Wings at 109, and Igor Borikov at 110 to the Utah Mammoth. All right, well, we just had a pick here, 119 Detroit Red Wings. Michal Svrcek, a winger out of Brynäs Junior, the Swedish Junior League Boogs. This kid scored 2 goals in the U18 bronze medal game against Team USA.
Yeah, he's a role guy, and a bottom 6 forward on projection here. I like the fact that he can push the pace in open ice. So again, I don't want to sound too repetitive, guys, but you're in that area of the draft. Skate it, think it, and be really competitive. And he's going to give them a chance to do exactly that because he's going to be a secondary depth offensive guy at best. You got to have the rest of it in place, and we were there, Tone.
I loved what he did in this game. This is a big game.
Yeah, it was a huge
U.S. thought they were going to blow him out, and this kid was one of the kids that said, heck, hey guys, we're in this thing, and he kept making plays to help them stay in it.
Yeah, competitive, right? Again, the Slovakian teams and Czechia, these kids, they work, and they never let you off the mat, and that's what gives you a nice opportunity with a kid like this.
All right, couple more picks. You have Justin Kipke for the Minnesota Wild, Nikita Tyurin for the Detroit Red Wings. But Mike Kelly, how about Zeb Lindgren from the Swedish junior team? How about Will Murphy to Detroit, Victor Hedin, Raftheim to the Columbus Blue Jackets at 173. And Jason, how about Ludwig Johnson here to the Utah Mammoth at 204? The Red Wings, Grayden Robertson-Palmer.
Well, somebody helped me on this one. Grayden Robertson-Palmer. He is a Canadian kid, I know that. He played at Phillips Academy. He's going to Dartmouth, still playing high school. I think the details of his game are still out there to be kind of looked at to see where he's at, but needs a chance. He gets a lot of scoring. I do know this. He gets a lot of scoring chances. He hasn't finished on them as much, so polish up his scoring touch, and he could be something.
7th round.